Oh man, I love how Adult Swim. Have these like animations before the episode starts. Beautiful. Gosh, it's supposed to scare off kids, I'm sure. That's why. But man, for an adult like me, you know, I'm like trapped in the body of like a 13, well, more like 12-year-old. I don't know. It's hard to explain it because I don't know. I'm small, right? I don't know. It's hard to explain it. But anyway, Mr. Meeseeks. I agree with Jeffrey, honestly, or Jeff, whatever you want to pronounce his fucking name. Because the thing is, as a person that has social and generalized anxiety and has severe PTSD and is high functioning autistic, you can only take so much to the point you want to not snap at someone, but snap at yourself because of how frustrated you are of being overwhelmed by feelings and such. So the reason why I want to share this other topic is because this Rick and Morty episode, as a person that is a rape victim and survivor myself, right? But mostly victim because that happened to me multiple times, and I know you're probably asking, Deon, why haven't you report these people? Well, one, I didn't have a cell phone at the time. Two, I don't know how I could actually do so at the time. And three, I don't even know where they live or remembering what they look like or having a picture of them. So it would be basically impossible because I don't want to falsely accuse of someone, and I just had to just let it go. But hope to Buddha that, well, they'll probably get caught later on and go to jail for a long period, or prison, if that actually makes sense, right? And this is supposed to be when Morty and Rick, they actually go to this weird, like, giant land, I suppose.
Alright, Morty, looks like the portal gun's still...
And this is supposed to be the 5th episode. One of my favorite episodes, to be honest.
We're not bailing out just yet, you know? We're gonna go find some treasure or something, and we're gonna bring it to those villagers. Morty, cut your losses. This is obviously a wash. Yeah, you were saying that back when...
I like how they just, as a person that's autistic, I like this series much more because, oh boy, those are long stairs. Both Rick and Morty, I wonder if they're like on the spectrum, because for people, I mean, it depends on the person. If you're autistic like I am, you may understand better. We tend to have we tend to not speak properly, right? That's why I talk fast or talk in other languages, because it's easier for my brain to actually transparent on how I talk. Otherwise, I would be talking like this right now, which is kind of hard to actually talk, right? If you haven't noticed what I'm doing this now, I'm repeating the words. It's another autistic thing. So, you'll see us shortly. I love Mr. Meeseeks. He's adorable. I don't know. What do you want to know? Want me into this? And so on. Before we continue, I just want to. I hate my damn brother so bad. I don't have him. Oh my glob. How dare? Oh, those are supposed to be. I am so upset right now. Okay, another thing about myself. The thing is. Okay, if you are a Rick and Morty fan, I'm not sure for the ones remember that on the commercial, the Pringles commercial. I apologize. Like, why would he do that? Like, the thing is that you would like collect the little Pringle cans, right? I had the Mr. Meeseeks. It was sour cream and damn, what was it? It was the sour cream and onion one. And then for Morty is the mustard ones. And I'm thinking he had to be such a dimwit, he threw them away. I hate him so much. My brother likes to get it. Yet again, he complains that I get into himself sometimes. Well, no. So I like to share this privately. But that's what I don't like about my brother sometimes, because I only got these two. Great. I hate him so much for that. Oh, it's okay. Siblings suck. Sometimes they do. Even though my brother's really caring, but that's the downside. When you don't have a sibling, you may not understand. They like to dig into your stuff and they like to draw away your, your prized possessions, aka your property. I hate when that happens. Great. It's alright. I want to keep that as a collection. the scene is coming up. It's really, really difficult to watch. Let me just get into it.
If you haven't learned how to lighten up, don't be here. Whatever. It's become
Oh, it's sorry about that. That's coming up right now. Okay, here it is.
Nice. Is it a fun adventure?
I know this is an old episode, but it aged really well.
Isn't that what adventures do? Hey, you know what? You're right. Everything's going fine. I just gotta relax and go with the flow. Yeah.
Touching his shoulders,
Oh, okay, bye. No, stay.
pulling him back, rubbing his tummy or belly, and then now drooling over him. But yeah, it sucks I lost those sprinkle cans. It's fine. It's probably months back. Yeah, it's a little fucked up seeing that scene. And the Meeseeks are tearing themselves apart. It looks like missile sprinkle cans. I wonder if I could put on my... Yeah, punch his fucking ass, Morty! Kill his fucking ass! Fucking bitch! Predator bitch! Excuse me. Sorry, that scene... If you're not a rape victim, okay, I had to share this because I like talking about it, plus it does help my mental state for anyone that may have been a victim of themselves. That's what rape is like, if that actually makes sense, right? You basically are touching the person physically without their consent, and you're basically, well, that could be part of it, drooling over them, right? Or anything like, you know, liquid down there too, in contact, and just basically just trying to bully them, as you're taking power over them, and basically doing it for your own pleasure. And for the ones that do that, I hope to Buddha, even though I do not like to cook cockroaches, they get recorded as one, and don't be surprised if they get the bug spray and they die within seconds. That's basically punishment for anyone that are the worst of the worst. I mean, being rapists, or especially being murderers, or maybe bombers or something. I don't fucking know. There's multiple reasons I can actually think of, right? Multiple reasons. Oh, here it is.
I'm having a good time, Morty. It's not so bad. Let's just go home, okay? I'm calling it. The adventure's over. We can't leave now, Morty. I'm on fire. Look, I want to leave now. You in the bed, okay? Just give me the portal gun and let's go, please.
Yeah, Rick knows.
I just want to go home. Listen, Morty. I just want a bunch of schmeckles. Why don't we use 25 of them to pay Slippery Stare here for a ride back to the village, and then we'll give the rest of the schmeckles to the villagers. Huh? Really? Sure, Morty, yeah. You know, good adventure needs a good ending. Buckle up!
It's so funny because I watched this when it first came out when I was in my early 20s. And, man, actually, damn it, it's been out for how long? Like a decade? I was basically a graduate. Oh my Buddha, that's kind of weird to think about. I was basically entering adulthood, right? And looking back at this episode, it really teaches me at this age that what happened to Morty really demonstrates of how dark, in a realistic way, of what I forgot who the creator actually of Rick and Morty is, right? Of Justin Roiland is for writing that scene, right? And it just goes to show you of how dark it is. And not to mention, I love this part coming up. Hold on. Fuck is going on? Sorry, I love how she says that. I like how they censor the words. It makes it funnier though, right? But I want to show one more scene. If anyone remembers seeing this episode, I'm sure you know where I'm coming from. And at the meantime, really? Nice! And he may be going to jail. Right? Because of them.
Our food to go. No, you won't. The police are coming. You have so many questions to answer.
So at least humans in the Rick and Morty world are kind of humane, not fucked up in the head, but... Up, here it comes!
Our village is saved! You are both true heroes!
Yeah, got kissed from the women.
Looks like you've won the bet. Thanks, Rick, but I don't know if I should. You know, you were right about the universe. It's a crazy and chaotic place. Well, you know, maybe that's why I could use a little cleaning up every now and then, you know? This one's wrapped up neat and clean because we did it Morty style. Oh, yes. We would like to introduce you to our best.
Shoot him! Shoot him like what happened to whoever his name is. John F. Kent. Well, not that way. That's a little dark. I apologize. There we go. Explode him, fucking bastard. Excuse me. He deserved that. Oh, that's so satisfying.
You still thinking about taking that trip?
Great. Look, we don't have a perfect marriage, but I'm not going anywhere. When we were in that freezer, I realized the Meeseeks are like the guys I went to high school with, willing to say anything to complete their task.
Oh, let me put the info on this episode if you're curious. It is called Meeseeks and Destroy. So basically, in Crow, it's seek and destroy, I think.
Your Meeseeks box happened. They went crazy when they couldn't take 2 strokes off Jerry's golf game. You felt terrible.
Hey, it's not my fault that Jerry's an idiot.
Anything you can do to clean this place
At the time, he was.
Meeseeks box.
No, no more boxes.
What? It just has a mop and some floor wax in it.
I forgot what about the dub, whatever the hell that means. I think it means like for help. I don't know.
Arsenio used to say on his show. Wabba gobble up, right? See you next week, everybody.
And what happened to Summer? They didn't show her in the rest of the episode, and I didn't know that Tom Kenny was in this episode. Go figure. So, the reason why I want to share this episode, right, is because since I did explain, you know, in the 25 months clean video of what happened to me in the past and whatnot, which is what I'm still going through, because I did have a nightmare of what happened, and basically he told me that I should have accepted it because rape happens and there's nothing he can do about it, right? I had to live with that with the rest of my life. Basically, well, 80% of this is his fault, right? Because there are other, like, men or even, like, older, like, teen boys that did something similar to me or part of this, right? But he did most damage, right? It just increased. What the hell? I don't remember that scene.
People will get more for the idea he represented.
Oh, that was
He actually was.
fucking sick! Yeah, because he's a fucking groomer, right? I hate using that term, by the way. 2014! So, I forgot how old I was. It was 9 years ago, right? I think Rick and Morty came out 2014. I could look that up. That's so pretty. I apologize. No, that, I'm sure, because it came out in 2013, so it had been 9 years ago. I was still, I was an adult, yes, but I was a young adult, right? You know, I still am, but like a teen adult, if that makes sense, right? Basically, what has happened, or what I'm trying to say is that I had to live with that with the rest of my life. I basically been murdered mentally, because I remember looking up a video from Watch Data, one of my favorite channels, by the way. I learned so much from there. Basically, rape is the second worst experience that a human being can ever feel. And just to give you an example, I know I did this before, but I'll do it again. I don't have anything sharp, but I'll just have to do this. Imagine this is the man's penis, right? And he... Oh my glove, I did not meant to do that. I deeply apologize. Okay, that's a good example. Yeah, like that, right? Literally, he would stick his fucking penis in your anus, right? Pun intended, for Uranus, okay? Because the thing is, let's just say that he's the Pluto and I'm the Uranus, right? And he basically thinks that he can stick his fucking little planet instead of my little planet because, you know, he thinks it's okay to actually just take control over it, right? Even though I'm much smaller than him. Look on the other boys that sexually harassed me, if that actually makes sense, right? And the thing is, basically, it's fucking painful. It is. to the point they would tear up your internal tissue, like, basically this, like when you poop, right? They literally would tear it up inside to the point they'll make you bleed. And I remember when I met this man, I think he was like 30 or so, I was 19, and I know that seems wrong, but I'm an adult, right? As long as I'm an adult, there's no issue, because I thought he was, I don't know what the hell I was going through at that time. I thought he was like a cute or handsome man, and I was lonely at that time, and I want someone to actually hang out with or something. As long as they're not too old, like more than 30, I think. I don't fucking know at that time. The thing is, I went to his house, and I don't remember what we were watching or something. He literally wanted to make a move on me. I was terrified. He was big down there, just like, and this man is Mexican, if you're curious. He looked much older than, well, he didn't look much older, but he looked older, right? And literally, I told him, no, I don't want to do this. And he kept forcing me to do anal sex. It hurt so much, I was bleeding. And he did ejaculate it inside my anus, which means he spreaded his semen inside my body. I'm surprised I didn't get AIDS from that. And this is a huge problem in the gay community. And just because we're gay, doesn't mean we can do whatever we want. I don't even like the gay community myself. I'm not homophobic. If I am, then so be it, because I'm with this community. That flag, okay? And I remember walking home, it was early morning. I was walking with basically his semen coming out of my anus. In my underwear, it was filthy, right? And I was bleeding at the same time, and I cannot believe that I survived from that. And the funny thing is, this happened during a school week, okay? And I know this may seem a little bit disturbing. This happened on a gay app. I don't recommend for any of you men out there that are part of the LGBT, okay? Called Grindr. I basically met him on there, and I didn't know that it was a hookup app this whole time. I kept going on there because I was lonely, especially when I had issues with my mother's boyfriend at the time, and plus I got kicked out, and I don't want to basically eat up like my neighbor's food since they're poor themselves. I literally would go meet these random men, okay? And I'm an adult. You gotta remember that, right? Plus, at the time, I kind of was attracted to older men. But I'm more, I don't know. It depends. Like college, like, teen adult to, like, college kid age. Like, 18 or 22 or something. I don't fucking know. It depends on the boy himself. Basically, for me personally, I was going through, like a difficult time. Maybe it's because this is like a way to cope my trauma of what happened when I was younger, right? And I'm not talking about old men. I'm talking about like this older men, right? If that makes sense. Like, not past like 30 or something, right? And, I just basically would just meet up with them because I thought they would probably maybe take care of me, I think, and being kind to me. Plus, there was this really attractive Mexican man himself. His name was Angel, I think. He was 30 when I met him. I was, turning 18, and he was really kind of mature for this by making sure that I was 18 to live with him. That's the case if he wants to do anything sexual, right? Plus, like I said, I'm still consider myself as a virgin because I didn't really consent to all of this, but I just let it happen, right? Just because I thought that is the gay way to do. He was handsome, right? He was really tall, 6 foot, like a giant, right? Plus, I liked the way his stomach looked and everything. And I remembered we bathed in the shower once, or a couple times, and he wanted to have sex. I was scared, right? And I don't want to do it. Plus, he was a hot man. I don't know, like, I just want to say, for and you're men out there, okay, do not take advantage of a man or boy. I consider myself as a boy because I look young for my age. Plus, I'm not really all up there mentally, right? But I'm still older than I'm sure a lot of you on here, right? If that makes sense. I'm still a man, but I feel like I'm in a boy's body. That makes sense, right? Because of all the stuff that happened to me. I just don't want, like, older men to dating, especially vice versa, younger men. Dating is okay to actually take advantage of someone based on, like, their mentality, right? Because I still have an incident that I met a boy on there that that was 18, but later told me he was 17, and I don't want to do anything with that, right? You know, funny how you could get in trouble with someone that would lie about their age. They're a year younger. I swear, like, a person at that age, especially up to me, is much more old enough to know what they're doing, right? Like, we're talking about, like, there's about a grown man here, especially if they're much bigger than me. And this boy actually took advantage of me, and I told him, no, I'm scared. And, well, he groped on me, and he forced to kiss me. I didn't want to do any of that, right? And I was traumatized. I just walked back home and pretend this never ever happened. Yeah, he took advantage of me, right? And I'll probably be seen as the P word, even though he's that age, right? We're not talking about a child, we're talking about, like, an older teen that's going to be like an adult, right? A legal adult, if that makes sense. And it still fucks me up to this day, right? I like to tell anyone about this because it's private. But this is why I don't really tell much about my rape stories, because people tend to thinking, oh, if you're a grown man, especially if you're gay, you should like it, or you're the one that started it. No, especially for someone my size, and I don't like sex, right? I said this multiple times. How much time I got left? Okay, good, I got 4 minutes. And this is a big problem in the gay community. And I don't blame straight men that may be homophobic themselves. As long as you don't beat the person up, right? You know, that is part of the community. Then I understand. Because as someone that doesn't consider myself as LGBT, you know, I do like boys myself, right? I do not like sex. I don't. I am asexual. Okay? And yes, we're still part of the gay community. Literally. I mean, even the term homo-romantic exists, right? Basically someone that likes the same sex but doesn't like sex. That makes sense, right? And I would get bullied for it, thinking, oh, you know what? How can you be gay then if you don't want to get fucked in the ass? How about you basically, you know, I'm trying to make up something. Like, if you want people to respect you for being gay, do not try to basically be on the sex offender list, right? And us gay people can be fucking toxic. Not to mention, I heard of what James Charles did. Oh, dude, I don't know why that boy hasn't been arrested yet. Especially when he trying to pressure, like, straight men to have sexual encounters with him. That's fucked up, right? I mean, hell, even the 4 boys that were fans of me that came over to my house, right? They're all straight. And I basically respect them just like anyone else. You know, just like how they respected me when they know that I was gay. You know, I told them I'm ace, right? Because I would have used that term. I do not like sex. Maybe that's why I can get along well with people that are straight, maybe. Or hell, even trans or even pan. But for the gay community, man, we have a lot of work to do. You know, not to mention in gay pride, don't get me started. Like, being in, like, leather underwear and having your husband on a leash. No, that's not appropriate. It's not. Like, keep it inside. You know? I don't fucking know at this point. I'm gonna eat my corn. I wanna make out with it right now. Oh yeah, and this episode's fucking creepy because some virus, I think, everyone is in love with Morty. As a person that's asexual, that'd be my fucking nightmare. That'd be my nightmare. Like, no. Honestly, yes, us asexuals, we can love and we can have sex, but it's a spectrum, like being autistic, right? For me personally, I'm more of the repulsive side. I got my little corn right here. I do not like any of that shit. Literally. Like, keep it in your pants, honey. Literally. Right? I'm gonna add some salt with this. I might as well call myself the salt devil because every food that I eat, including my noodles, I know it's not healthy and all. Oh dear, I think I had too much. I'm obsessed with eating a lot of salt. Literally, I am. Right? Plus, it does help me drink water easier. But I just wanted to share this just to educate y'all that this is what happens. And I know I'm going to clean the dishes. I will definitely do that after I cut this off. Or, you know what? I could do that right now. But this watching what happened to Morty in that scene, and hopefully we don't get copyright for this. It's awful. Literally. Especially for a boy his age. And even if, you know, he's not a child himself. Deon, I think I should probably put this up. Yeah, I should. I'm not gonna get my phone damaged. Not right now. You know, no means no, and consent is labeled consent for a purpose. Literally. Hell, especially for the older teens that like to prey on adults. I don't know why people don't get this. Maybe I'm the only person on earth that thinks this, but like older teens, like 16 or 17, can be predators themselves, wanting to, you know, pretend that they're older than they are, just to actually put, you know, young men in prison, saying, oh, you know what, I'm gonna call the FBI because I sent you nudes when I lied, and you're gonna get in trouble because of me, ha ha ha, and, you know, enjoy getting butt licked behind a jail cell. It sickens me, because that happened to me twice already, you know? I might need to share on a separate topic, but that's what I like about older teens, especially the ones that, you know, touch me sexually. Like, no, you're much more old enough and grown